Hi guys, welcome to Shot for Shot. My name is Kurt.
I'm Ray.
I'm AJ.
And I'm Butter.
And welcome to our review of Doctor Strange.
Orange sparks everywhere.
That is right. Marvel's second movie of 2016, and they've done a lot of hero films, and now they are doing a standard standalone hero film. So, what did you guys think?
Honestly, it's funny because it plays homage to the original, like when we first got introduced to the MCU, is Iron Man. First, Iron Man 1, classic story. And it was it was very heavy on the origin story for Iron Man 1. But it's weird because this is kind of like the new Iron Man in a way. Yes, science versus magic. Yeah. But this is like a new character where it's like you get this origin story and a lot of people don't really know a lot about Doctor Strange. And you're like, oh, I don't know anything. How am I gonna like him? But they do a really good job about making an origin story, but also about his like first adventure as this character.
Yeah, well, I think I kind of like the audience are kind of tired of seeing origin stories, and I would say, like, unfortunately, like the cool thing not just for Marvel movies, just the cool thing for comic book movies now is just to brush off like their origin story. Like, oh, who cares about the origin story? Give us money. But I think Doctor Strange did it very, very well. Like I said earlier, it's the very first single hero movie since I don't remember when Ant-Man, but I think they did very well. I think they kind of did it in a more unique way than the normal origin story. I felt like, let's take Spider-Man, for example. Like, he is Peter Parker, then he becomes great, and he's Spider-Man. I felt like, in a sense, it was like a reverse origin story. It was like, he's Doctor Strange, he's literally a doctor, no quote, right, air quote, he's a doctor, and he breaks his hands in a car crash, and it's kind of a reverse story where, like, he's Doctor Strange, and he breaks his hand, and it's kind of his journey back. It's his journey back to try to get back to the literal doctor, but he goes in another area of literal magic, and I thought that was really, really fun to watch, him trying to become his old self again, but discovering a new self of him.
What I really liked about it, what I took from it was not being someone who has read the comics or really super familiar with it. Yeah. As a movie, on its own, as itself, even the first 20 to 30 minutes of
10 minutes.
Yeah,
10 minutes
of actually being Doctor Strange. It was just a good movie. It was just a good solid. The acting was really well done. The pacing was really well done. Even though he had an English or an American accent, it still felt like a British
pace.
It
off
yeah,
sure.
You didn't. Honestly, I thought he was American the whole time.
Yeah.
You told me he was.
Yeah.
But it's like the art direction of the movie. It's like it does this thing where it's like. It's not heavy on the words about magic and all this, but the art is so beautiful.
It speaks for
itself. And you're not really lost, but there's still so much going on in particular scenes.
They also did that in Thor too, not Thor 2, but
Thor as well.
Thor as well.
Where they brought in a lot of magic,
yeah,
but they explained it as it's Asgardian science.
Yeah.
But they did it beautifully, like the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah. I felt like a lot of the shots of the movie were really cool because they were, a lot of them were really unnecessary in the sense of there was two characters talking, for example in the beginning of the movie it's in a hospital and there's just kind of two characters talking, it's a huge wide shot. There's a lot of wide shots in the movie where there's a lot of stuff going in the background and it's very unnecessary stuff, but it kind of sets up the tone of the movie, the setting of the movie. It was very well spent in the sense we're going to put money into very fine details to set up the story. And I thought that was awesome.
Because ultimately, it's a story about a superhero whose power is magic.
Yeah.
And it's this world of fantasy and magic.
Make believe that,
Exactly, where they're conjuring weapons out of air, essentially. So they spent some time on these scenes and really made it real. Yeah. They established the world.
Set up very well.
Yeah, and it just felt realistic, and it got to the point where you're like, oh yeah, of course, they're doing magic.
We're on that journey.
Magic's been here all the time.
You're on that journey with Strange. You first go into it going how we went into it, very low expectations. This could be really corny. Yeah. He went into the whole tradition as this could be really corny. This is not going to really work. Mm-hmm. But then as we got along with the character, as we felt with the character, Strange was also learning as well too, as we were learning as well.
It's kind of fun. We learned that there's magic already in this world.
Yeah, that was cool to see.
It exists.
That was cool to see because he was obviously that was cool because he was obviously a doctor rooted in facts and science like that. And at one point,
love it.
A movie is great when you have seen something from the trailers and you see it in the movie and you go, oh,
still works.
Exactly.
For in the trailer, Tilda Swinton hits him in the chest and he astral projects behind himself. But that scene is very well paced because I'm a doctor and he hasn't fully understood it at that point. It's such an awesome moment where fact meets belief, and it's awesome.
And they made astral projection looks really cool.
Looks awesome.
The visual effects of the movie were just amazing.
Yeah,
awesome. The fight sequences alone made me like want it to be just a constant thing. And the great thing about the movie is it pretty much is. You have very small moments where it's actually in reality, and then some moments where you're like, that's reality. Oh no, wait, there's a building going upside down, and it's about to stab you through the chest. Like,
I think it was really funny too. Like I was really surprised how funny it was. Like Guardians, I was like, oh, this is gonna be like, no, it was.
It's not Guardians funny, but there's still good moments.
Yeah.
But
so in the original books, and this was like a huge main concern of mine going into the film, was we've established that Doc Strange is a classic Marvel character, like
classic.
Cap,
really classic,
and
Fantastic Four classic.
Exactly. But with what comes with that is corniness and unbelievability.
Yeah.
And a humor that is lost on modern audiences. And what they did, they transformed that in a very unique way, and they updated him essentially to be more humorous, but MCU humorous. Like he's kind of on par with Tony's snarkiness. Almost.
Yes. And I'm very excited to see them like butt heads.
Oh my god! Oh, I can't wait to
goatee versus goatee.
Super awesome facial hair, bros. And it's like Doc Strange, like I'm not gonna high five.
And the cape high fives him.
I do say the cape does a good job not stealing the schmovie, but he's like the magic carpet. He's like Aladdin's magic carpet.
The cape is the equivalent of the robotic arm from Iron Man 1, but they didn't play too much. They didn't play too much into the cape. I hope they don't play too much into the cape. I hope they don't like do test audiences like, all right, kids, what do you like about the first Doctor Strange? I like the cape. I want more cape. I want more cape. I just want a cape. I want to be the cape. The cape gets its own movie.
Yeah, the cape's standalone.
It had the same voice actor as the magic carpet from Aladdin.
That's true. I'm excited to see another fucking costume other than Harley Quinn at a convention. Like, is this is guy you will see. I think we're gonna see a lot of him. Yeah. We're gonna see at least 2 more Doc Strange movies
for sure.
Hashtag guarantee it. Okay.
Yeah. I hope we do.
Oh my god, so much of the movie.
Yeah, I really like the adaptation of the character look itself.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Iron Man's simple to do. Captain America's pretty
cloth. It's all
simple
like
to do in a way, but it's like right here. It's like this is look at this shit. It's like this is like from straight out of the '60s fucking comic books, and like it's very very campy and very colorful. But I think they did it very well. He almost looked like a Jedi mixed with a wizard. That's what he literally is. Yeah, I think it looks very very cool.
Looking at the artwork, I've always been like always looking at the artwork on a lot of comics, even if I haven't even read it. I just like seeing the different types of artwork. And the artwork done that I've seen and the artwork that was done in the movie was very close, but it was like you were saying, it's not to the point where it's like super corny or anything like that. Like it was really cool, and like we were talking about earlier, it's the most unrealistic movie that seems so god dang real. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, we saw it in IMAX 3D, so like, which is, by the way,
it passes one of my tests. If it is worth the money to see in 3D, go see it. And we're telling you right now,
I fucking hate 3D. Before we saw this movie, we had a showtime planned already, and it was like, oh, we're seeing the showtime. We're like, oh shit, it's in 3D. I'm like, I said it before. I was like, no fucking movie's worth 3D. It's a goddamn no movie. When you 10 minutes into it, you forget it's 3D. And 2, I wear fucking glasses. These all guys assholes wear glasses too, and it's the worst thing in the fucking world. So see a movie with glasses. I used to not wear glasses ever, but now I wear glasses, and I feel you guys' pain.
Anyway,
it's awful. Moving on, but the 3D is absolutely amazing.
It is worth your money.
There's just one point,
gimmicks.
There's just one point kind of where like she astral projects him, and like then she's like, I'm gonna really fuck with your head, and like, warning, do not see this movie on drugs.
The color. I want to see it on drugs. I want to see it on harder drugs. Can we see it on harder drugs? Is that thing? Your shirt's with that.
Harder? You mean caffeine?
Props to the director, being this is probably his biggest movie. He
Before we
did
saw
Sinister
it, I was like,
once,
what did he do?
A few other horror movies here and there, but this is probably going to set him up. And honestly, I'm excited for everyone because it sucks we won't see Caecilius. I loved him. He's a great character. I don't need more from him. He was great in this one. You know,
which he actually stole the show as the villain.
He really did. He did a great job.
I think a lot of like superhero movies kind of get the villain. It's easy to get the villain wrong.
Well, that's the other thing too. Like going back to the comics, and I'm going to focus on comic for just a little bit here. Dormammu is the big villain, but he always in the books goes through somebody else to affect the real world, because he's never actually fighting Strange in our universe. It's only in his realm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so he always has like pawns like Caecilius and others later on in the thing that are servants of Dormammu, and they're the ones who fight Strange. And then Strange realizes it and goes, "Oh, I'm actually fighting Dormammu. Hold on a second." Astro projects to the Dark Realm.
That part was awesome.
Fights Dormammu for a second, and then comes back, and then is like, "Okay, now your power's severed. Just go away."
Yeah. Here's the thing I love about Doctor Strange. From one minute he can astral project and fighting some demigod in outer space to fighting a bunch of thugs and saving a woman who's being purse snatched, and still gets shot by the bullet while he's astral projecting and fighting the demigod in outer space. The man is one of the strongest characters in the Marvel universe.
That's why I kind of have a problem with some Marvel movies, like kind of Ant-Man. It's like, why don't they just get the fucking Avengers to help? Why don't they get that to help? And I feel like Doctor Strange is beyond the scope of kind of anyone, where like only Doctor Strange can fix the problem that Doctor Strange has.
They say it in the trailer, but Wong also says it in the movie, which I love, that he puts it great. Avengers handle stuff we can see.
Clip.
The Avengers protect the world from physical dangers. We safeguard it against more mystical threats.
Exactly. So he says stuff. He says basically they handle stuff the Avengers can't see, which is a great way to put it. What do you guys rate it? If I'm gonna rate it on a magic trick and Shitty is pulling an apple out of a hat and Amazing is pulling a Doom buggy out of the hat, I'm saying they pulled a Star Destroyer out of the hat and they blew me out of this space.
Yeah,
I swear, it is. I was very surprised. All right, on the classic Kurt scale, how do you rate it?
Okay, so on the Kurt scale, on 2-scale system, both scales being 1 to 5, left one being good to bad, right one being movie to film, I would rate it a 4-3, maybe a 4-4.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
As a Doctor Strange fan and a comic fan,
And he's the biggest Doctor Strange fan here right now.
Big Doctor Strange
And
fan.
you're doing like that right now?
Yep. I want to give it a 13, but as a movie appreciator person, I'm going to give it a solid 9.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's, if you're not a fan of any of this type of stuff, if you're not like, I'm not a big movie or a superhero movie thing, I think it's a solid movie on its own. It can stand on its own.
Something for everyone.
It's something for every single
There's
person.
Beyonce jokes, ladies.
Hey. So yeah, it touches on everything.
It's for the ladies too, which is fun.
All the single ladies. There we go.
I mean,
Is that it? Am I doing it right? Okay, Doctor Strange.
Back to AJ, goddammit.
But yeah, what I would rate it, it's just like as the film, I just think it's a solid film all around. It's good for everybody. Like, it's got everything you want in it. I honestly would give it like also a solid 9, if not an 8.5 if I'm being super critical.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching our review of Doctor Strange. We appreciate it. We love you guys. Go see the movie, make your own opinion about it. And in the comments below, please, we'd love to hear what you guys think.
Comment, bitch.
Yeah. And please stay tuned for more reviews. We got Rogue One coming up, Fantastic Beasts coming up.
Maybe Assassin's
We got
Creed.
a lot of stuff coming up, so we'd love for you guys to subscribe and all that great stuff. So thank you so much, guys.
Woo!
We'll catch you later. Opening up a portal.
Stanley's game was pretty good too, right?
Can we go to LA Comic Con?
All the black stereotypes were saved for Killer Croc at the very end.
Oh.
BET! They did their thing, and they kind of went to everyone like, what do you want? And they go to Killer Croc, he's like, I want BET in my, like...
You couldn't say it on television.
Kurt, wait, Kurt laughed so hard he was like
The whole
crying.
theater laughed!